What is something that you like/enjoy at this point in time?
So it's not something necessarily that I like to do.
Okay.
But it is something that someone very dear to me likes to do. And that is using nail polish.
Wow.
Yeah.
What an interesting topic for you to choose.
Right.
I'm glad you clarified that you don't like or enjoy nail polish.
I don't love it.
I mean, I wouldn't judge you, but
yeah. Thank you. I appreciate
maybe
that.
a little.
Probably. I would hope a little bit.
Yes.
I would hope a lot.
Yeah.
I would hope you go talk to somebody about that and get me help.
My husband, he's very manly, but he likes to put on a nice red shade on his toes every once in a while.
Just the middle toes.
Oh.
So here is, so my topic is nail polish.
Okay.
I don't use it myself, but I know you do.
Yes.
And you've used it for how long now?
Probably since I was 5.
Since you were 5.
Yeah.
And it got me thinking, is that good for you? Mm-hmm. Is using nail polish long-term on your nails good for you? Which led me down the rabbit hole of where did nail polish come from?
Great.
And so I kind of tied those two things together.
Cool.
And we're going to try to come out the end of this having learned something about nail polish.
Love it.
Cool. All right. So picture this. You're a woman. I know.
Okay.
I know.
It's hard to
Crazy,
picture,
right?
yeah.
Just go with me. You're a woman in ancient Egypt, and you've just painted your nails a deep, dark red using henna and berries. It looks stunning. It might also get you in serious trouble, though.
Oh.
Because in Egypt and later in China, nail color wasn't just decoration. It was rank. Royalty and upper classes wore the darkest, boldest shades of reds and blacks made from expensive dyes. Everyone else was stuck with pale, muted colors or nothing at all.
Oh, wow.
Historical accounts say the enforcement wasn't gentle. So wearing a color above your station could get you punished, and some tellings even executed.
What?
Yeah, so before nail polish was like a Tuesday night ritual with your classic barefoot glass of wine. It was
That's not me, just to clarify.
Yeah, not Christina. But you boys out there. It was a coded before that, it was a coded signal of exactly where you stood in society, and it stayed a luxury item on and off for thousands of years until a chemist working on something that had nothing to do with beauty accidentally reinvented it.
Wow.
So today we're talking about nail polish, girl.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is fascinating about it being kind of linked to like a caste system or like rank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of draws me towards the symbology, symbology? Symbolism in the Bible where, deep purple was royal. The golds were royal.
Right,
you could only wear that.
Purple dye was a lot more expensive to produce. Therefore, only wealthy people wore it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
How interesting.
That just reminds me of that. But so where did this all start? Nail color goes back at least 5,000 years. So ancient Egyptians and Chinese royalty used dyes made from henna, beeswax, egg whites, and crushed insects to color their nails.
Ooh.
So like I said, color signaled status. And in Egypt, deep reds were reserved for the elite. So Cleopatra reportedly wore a rusty red shade. And in China, gold and silver were royal colors during some dynasties with harsh penalties for anyone else caught wearing them.
Wow.
So this version of nail color lasted for centuries and looked nothing like what's in your bottles today. It wasn't glossy. It was definitely not durable because it was made of bug juice.
Right, yeah. It just stained your nail. Yeah, it's not really a polish or a paint.
Not
it's
at
just
all.
a stain. Okay.
Yeah, and it wasn't cheap at all. So before we get too far into this, what's your guess at how old you think the nail polish we use today actually is?
Oh, man. Maybe the 70s, maybe earlier 50s.
Okay, 50s?
Yeah.
Oh, 50s? Not too far off.
Okay.
So it was accidentally invented in the 1920s.
Okay, so about 100 years old.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yes.
I thought it was way older than that. So modern nail polish exists because of a substance called nitrocellulose, which is so funny. We're talking about sucralose and glucose and everything.
Fructose,
Everything's
all the loses.
Glucose, yeah. It was originally developed, get this, as a military explosive.
What?
Yeah. Chemists figured out that dissolving nitrocellulose in a solvent produced a hard, glossy film. So they originally used this for explosives, and then chemists started to play around with it and determined it could be used as a fast-drying car paint.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So originally it was a balm,
Yes.
and then it was car paint. And then a French makeup artist named Michel Menard, working for a cosmetic chemist named Charles Revson, looked at that same glossy car paint and thought, nails.
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 Perfect.
Put it on nails.
Put on nails.
Revson formed Revlon,
Okay.
the company
Yes.
Revlon, in 1932 as a nail polish company. Built essentially on repurposed car paint chemistry, it became one of the biggest names in cosmetics.
Wow.
So this is worth sitting on for a second because the reason your nail polish dries so hard and glossy is the same basic chemistry that made the explosives and it made car paint durable, because car paint before that was not very durable at all.
Interesting.
And it's not a coincidence. It's the same material going throughout, the last 100 years.
Yeah.
You just use it,
Repurposed,
repurposed it,
yeah.
basically. Does this change how you see nail polish?
Not really.
Okay.
Just because, so many things have wild origins or how they're formulated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like my episode on seed oils. I'm like, yeah, they're spritzing some Windex in there
Totally.
to draw some stuff out. So
It's crazy.
maybe some health-wise benefits or negatives. I could see that.
Yeah. And I'm not here to convince you that wearing nail polish is bad. I'm just here to get your thoughts.
Good.
Just so you know. So the modern industry of nail polish and how it actually took off. There's another half to this origin story that's very interesting.
Okay.
So it's not about the nail polish itself, but it's about a person. So Tippi Hedren, such a weird, Tippi Hedren, best known for starring in Hitchcock's The Birds movie, was doing relief work with Vietnamese refugees at Hope Village, a resettlement camp in North California, after the fall of Saigon in 1975. So the women in the camp kept noticing Hedren's manicured nails. She flew her own manicurist up to the camp on the weekends to teach the group of about 20 Vietnamese women to the nail polish trade, then help place them in jobs across Southern California.
No way.
What happened next reshaped the entire industry. Prices dropped from around $50 to closer to $20 for a mani-pedi, which is a big part of why they painted nails. Why painted nails went from an occasional splurge to something people who could do it themselves would just go out and buy normally.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the pivot of how it became like a thing that everybody does. Is this actress taught Vietnamese refugees how to do it, and they went out and sold it to the world, basically. That's why a majority of nail salons
are Asian operated.
Exactly.
That is insane.
Isn't that crazy? That's so crazy.
Whoa.
So before we get into the actual science of how nail polish works, how often do you personally have nail polish on? I mean, when do you take it off? How long does it take before you reapply it? What would you say?
Oh, it probably matters on how busy I am. I always have nail polish on my nails. Whether it looks good or not, or it's chipped is, a matter of, observation.
Yeah, totally.
But it's always on, and then I'll remove it and then paint them again. So that could be, I might paint them every 10 days or every 3-4 weeks. I've been on missions trips where didn't have that for a month and it just looked kind of rough by the end. But the majority of the time, like 95% more.
Well, would you say like an average woman that a woman your age has the nail polish on, like the same amount of time as you or less? Or
I don't know. The majority of my friends tend to be on the less even like wearing makeup side of the spectrum.
Gotcha.
So very few of my friends, I think, wear nail polish at all.
Okay.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah, but
okay.
I do know I have relatives who go get their toes done once a month and their nails done like every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're the primary.
But I've gone and gotten my nails done at a salon maybe 5 times in my life, and those were always for like bridal shower kind of things. Yeah.
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 And you don't do the long nails. You just do normal nail polish.
Oh, no. Acrylics where they're glued on. No, it's just normal nail polish. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you just do yours?
Yes. A couple days ago.
Did you show them to the camera? Beautiful. Beautiful people. Okay. So this is what painting your nails constantly without taking any breaks actually does. And they've done some testing around this. So this isn't polish is scary, fear-mongering.
Okay. Right.
It's what researchers found. So at Duke University, researchers tested 10 nail polish samples and found triphenyl phosphate, a suspected endocrine disruptor, also used as a flame retardant in concentrations up to 1.68% by weight, including in 2 products that didn't list it as an ingredient. So they then had ordinary participants paint their own nails at home and tested the urine before and after. A TPHP breakdown product spiked near 7-fold in urine 10 to 14 hours after painting.
Wow, okay.
So, and then when participants wore gloves while painting, the spike was significantly blunted, which confirmed the chemical.
When they what?
So when you paint your nails, you wear a glove on the hand that is being painted, and you just have like your nails showing.
So like skin absorption or inhalation. I've heard that like people who work in nail salons, it's higher risk of developing cancer because you're breathing it in and touching it.
100%.
Interesting.
So the chemical is primarily being absorbed straight through the skin around the nail, not just inhaled through the fumes though.
Okay.
So the skin around the nail is the kicker here. I could see that if you
could get on there.
Yeah. So Nail Health from Constant Wear. This is a dermatologist reviewed Harvard Health Medicine paper. Keeping nails polished continuously for weeks at a stretch can dry out the nail plate and lead to, this is a huge word, pseudoleukia, which sounds like an Asian car, which is chalky white patches.
Oh, okay.
You know, the ones you get every once in a while. We all get them. I have some on my hand right now.
I don't know that I ever do because my nails are always covered. I do know people that get those,
So you get these chalky white patches plus general brittleness, discoloration, and splitting in your fingernails.
Ooh.
Frequent acetone removal on top of that compounds the dryness. The standard clinical recommendation is a 7 to 14 day polish-free stretch every 4 to 6 weeks.
Huh, okay.
Yeah, so the bottom line for the segment, painting your nails occasionally is a very different exposure story than what these studies measured. So like you said, most of your friends don't really have their nails painted very often unless it's a special occasion. But wearing polish nonstop, repainted weekly without a break, or curing gel under a UV lamp regularly, because the UV is another one I didn't get into.
See that, yeah.
They use that in nail salons a lot. That can be dangerous long term. The dose and frequency are what turn a cosmetic habit into a measurable health signal.
Interesting.
So it's an endocrine disruptor.
Yeah.
Primarily, that's what you're looking out for.
Okay.
Is disrupting that system. But overall,
if it's touching your skin.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Huh. So overall, not a huge deal, but everybody could take a break from everything.
Yes.
You know, I think this goes with pretty much anything anyone would ever do. It's just like take a break every once in a while and then do it again. You know, as long as it's not an addiction that's really destroying your body.
Right.
I don't think it's that big of a deal, but I was really fascinated to find out that this started in Egypt with beetles being crushed.
It's like a caste system.
Yeah. And then transformed into explosives and car paint.
Yeah.
And then finally landed at an actress turning
that was very fascinating.
Vietnamese women in a refugee camp into an actual like national business.
Wow.
Which is so insane.
Huh.
And of course, we can all take away some health stuff from this, but at the same time, it's just a fascinating story of a product I had no interest in until last week when I saw you painting your nails.
I love it. That is so fascinating.
Yeah, so that's all I got.
Wow.
Yeah. What do you think?
I mean, so interesting about the Vietnamese refugees being, taught as a trade, and then that kind of expanding into the majority of nail salons in the U.S. are run and operated by people of, Asian descent. Very fascinating. I love finding the history behind stuff like that. Also helpful to know that it's less the nail polish being on the nail and more so it touching your skin.
Yeah.
I could see that being a big disruptor. I know that there's different nail polish brands that they're like called 10 free or 12 free, meaning they're free from I think triglyceride or whatever, different things like that. They don't work as well, but that'd be interesting to look into, as somebody like me who wears nail polish almost all the time, to have the healthiest alternative to that.
Yeah.
I was getting my nails done. This is probably 7-8 years ago with a friend. She'd wanted to get her nails done. And so I'm like, oh, I'll go with you. And we went to a rather inexpensive place. And there was a guy doing my nails. And I was like, man, he doesn't look all there. He just seemed a little trippy and fidgety. And he left halfway through to go have a smoke break and then came back. And then he's putting the top coat on my nail polish. And that was like the gel kind where they cure it. And then he was sniffing the nail polish. No. I'm like, oh no.
Oh yeah, he's addicted.
He's addicted because there's formaldehyde and stuff like that in those kind of the gel nail polishes. And I was like, oh no, I'm having a drug addict paint my nails. And then the next day it all peeled off. He did a horrible job. So I went back to the salon and they redid it for free.
No way.
But I was like, oh, that guy needs some help. The fumes are getting to him. And it was a subconscious thing where he just kept sniffing it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang,
it's like when you smell your hands after you put on hand sanitizer,
That's the best.
It's a little bit the same thing.
It's the best.
Feel the
absolute
burn.
Best. We were having breakfast with some friends of ours yesterday, and they put minerals in our water, or you put the minerals in our water because they have some like nice minerals they put in their very clean Berkey water, and you handed me this glass, and unbeknownst to me, you had dumped a good amount of minerals in there.
And it was just floating on the top, too.
Yes. Yeah. And so I sipped it. It was awful. And I decided just to drain the whole thing to get it over with. And I said it right then, and I mean it now. I would rather die early than drink minerals and be healthy. And so I understand if this information, people take it and do nothing with it. Yep. That's their own prerogative.
They're like,
you
I like
keep
painting my nails. Yeah. That'll be my endocrine disruptor of choice.
Totally. And I'm never going to take minerals. And so we each have our own things that we're going to live with. You know what I mean? So don't take any shame away from this. Anybody who's listening.
I love it.
It's all good. We all have our things we're not going to do.
That's great. Well, it is interesting to me that it's not more explicitly detrimental to your health.
Yes.
As compared to other things.
Yeah. Oh, no, for sure.
Like Splenda.
When I heard, especially like Splenda. When I heard it, we used to be using it as an explosive. I was like, oh, I'm about to bust the nail polish industry wide open. And I was like, oh, it's an endocrine disruptor, but if you're very careful, you can minimize that.
Yeah.
You can really
because your nails aren't really absorbing much.
Yeah, your nails
to your skin
aren't absorbing much of anything. They're just getting brittle and broken. Yeah. But your actual skin is the issue. So I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. If you're very careful, you can minimize the impact.
And I've always been blessed with very strong nails, so genetically. But if I was more predisposed to having thinner or fragile nails, I know some people that have done like artificial nails for a long period of time, and that actually like kills your nail.
Oof.
Because it's glued on. So it's like suffocating your nail bed of oxygen. So your nail kind of stops producing, and it can be very, very painful.
Your nail can't breathe.
Yeah. You gotta have it breathe.
Whoa.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, that's all I got.
Fascinating topic. I love it.